Welcome to the Blerdsnerds podcast.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Blerdsnerds podcast. I'm Shannon.
I'm James.
I'm Jaja.
And we are back for another week. We took a short break last week, and we are back this week. We're coming back to an uneventful week of nerd news. I feel like there's not a lot going on this week, so you guys don't have to bear with us as we wing it ever so slightly this week. But it is a holiday weekend, I guess, for those of you who want to celebrate America. I don't. But how are you guys? But we're here bringing you guys another episode. How have you guys been? What have you guys been up to?
I've been pretty good. Nerdy stuff. Well, in the last 2 weeks, let's see. I still been reading Chainsaw Man. I'm nearly done. I'm at like chapter 60, and it's maybe 97 or so. And the next part comes out this month, so definitely excited for that. I like Chainsaw Man a lot so far. It's adult humor, and it's like gory too. So if anybody was looking to check that out,
what is adult humor? Is that like any anime ever?
Yeah, I mean, there's like sexual jokes, a little bit of ecchi going involved in there.
Okay.
But yeah,
But
it's
so
pretty
like
funny.
Anime, really.
Yeah. I mean,
A lot of
I think that's
chainsaw
pretty funny.
jokes.
Actually, there's not at all.
No lumberjack jokes.
No, there hasn't been any,
Oh wow.
unless they got lost in translation. But yeah, I haven't seen any. I'm catching up on Stranger Things. I'm up to season 3 now, so I finished season 3. I remember.
So you're
when,
up to season 4 then? You finished season.
Well, yeah, I got to start season 4. So yeah, I finished
Yeah.
season 3. Yeah, I remember when season 3 came out and people were like up in arms because the kids were like having relationships, like they're growing up and kissing people and stuff like that. No, like I seen it and it seemed kind of natural. Like these kids are like of that age where they're curious about, being in relationships. So
It's not like
obviously,
they're 5. What are people up in arms about? I don't understand. They're like almost in high school in season 3. I don't get
Exactly.
what I don't get what the fuss is about here. But people like to find an excuse to be upset about anything, I guess.
Yeah, any and everything. And
Literally.
that Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game, Shredder's Revenge. I've been playing that with the bros. We beat it a couple times, the arcade mode. So there's like 16 levels. So from start to finish, it's probably like maybe 3 hours of content if you play it straight through. So that was pretty fun. And we streamed it a couple times. Well, my friends streamed it. I was just playing with them.
Oh yeah, James, tell us about your bros weekend. That was last weekend, right? And then we didn't record, so we didn't get to talk about it. King of Games. There you go. I remember this from last year.
Yep. So our annual King of Games, I was once again robbed, but congrats to the winner. More like the King of Cahoots. But yeah, so it all started off with like Smash Bros. We just talk trash, and then since we're all competitive in different video games and stuff like that, and even physical sports too, we kind of said using like the Yu-Gi-Oh theme, I'll be the King of Games. Like I can beat y'all at anything. So it started off that way. But there's like a championship belt now, and yeah, every year we kind of get together because we all live kind of all over the place. So that's our like annual friends meetup. Is the King of Games. So yeah, we played basketball. We had like a 3-point contest. We did a skills challenge. I happened to win the skills challenge. Shout out to my teammate. We did beer pong. I won that as well. Shout out to me. Boys suck. I'll be bragging for the next year. And then what else did we do? Oh, Mario Kart. I got cheated. Smash Bros. Smash Bros. So we did singles and doubles in Smash Bros. Shout out to 2 Links. That's my teammate. What else did we do? Uno. We did Uno. Yeah, there was highly coordinated effort.
Oh, it's always fun to play Uno.
Highly coordinated efforts to make me lose in that.
Okay, wait. Let me pause right there. So since we have nothing to talk about this week, when you play Uno, what rules do you play with? Like what rules were you guys playing?
Rules were no doubles. So like if you had 2 cards that could go, you could only put 1 at a time. So 1 card at a time.
So you couldn't stack.
No stacking.
Numbers or colors.
Yeah, no stacking numbers or colors.
Or draws.
Draws, you could put a draw 2 on a draw 2, but no draw 4 on a draw 2, or no draw 4 on a draw 2, or draw 2 on a draw 4. I mean. And
okay.
Then, yeah,
I'm asking because like
if you don't say Uno and someone catches you, then you got to pick up 2. But I think that's like pretty standard.
Yeah. Right. But those seem like pretty standard rules. The last time I played Uno, my boyfriend had a game night. And the last time we played Uno, they were doing all kinds of crazy rules. There were color stacks and number stacks and draw 2s on draw 4s. And I'm like, what is this? This feels like anarchy.
People
like,
just throwing their whole hand down at one time.
Right. Yes, that's exactly what was happening. I was like, this is not how I would have chosen to play Uno, but whatever. That was like what that was the rules that the majority of the group wanted to play on. And I was like, you guys are just
playing it weird.
Easy outs.
Yeah,
yeah, right. It's weird. Exactly. See, the color stacks and number stacks, like, okay, But I feel like draw 2s on top of draw 4s are a little ridiculous.
Yeah, that-
like this is not even the same card.
I never
like
vote
I
to
don't
play that way.
understand.
Yeah, but the stacking, sometimes I vote to play stacking, but if it's like the same number or color.
Yeah.
But yeah,
like one or the other, right? Not both.
right.
Exactly.
Yeah, they pulling out
And definitely not
combos
draw
out
2s
here.
on draw 4s. Yeah, it's like not even. It's not even the same card. It's not the same. So I don't know where that rule came from.
Right.
What else? Was that it? What else did you guys play?
No, we did bowling too. I was getting it in bowling. I was
How
playing better
long
than
is
I
this
ever did.
weekend? I feel like you guys
It's the
play
entire
a lot.
weekend. So Thursday to Sunday. So Thursday is kind of
Okay.
like everyone gets there. We just chilling, just catching up
Mhm.
and stuff like that, drinking. We're all 21 plus, so we should mention that too. But yeah, everyone's just getting caught up and stuff like that. And then Friday is when we actually start. So we have like an actual organized schedule and everything. So we had put in time to like eat food, travel, shower, all that good stuff. And then the gaming, of course. So, and then we have like
Nice.
just downtime of do whatever we want to do. So yeah, it's pretty organized. I definitely got to commend my friend that did organize it. Well, the two. So there's a committee. We have our Discord and we have like our locked committee of who plans King of Games tournament weekend. So all that like the Airbnb and all that stuff is up to the committee, and then the scheduling is up to the.
Wow.
I like that.
It's
Yeah.
like an official.
No, this is legit. This is not your average boys weekend. This is legit.
Where was it this year?
It was in Woodbridge, Virginia. So
Okay.
that's about 30 minutes from where I live. So it wasn't too far away.
Okay.
Typically, we've done it in Virginia Beach, where we all grew up. But yeah, this year it was actually in Woodbridge. So we try to travel. Everyone has these big aspirations of like, oh, let's do it in Vegas or Los Angeles. But realistically, you're not going to get 11 guys on a trip to go anywhere. So
Yeah.
one day maybe, but
That's a lot.
yeah. For the
Also,
time
like,
being,
wouldn't the games be overshadowed by your location? Like, if you had it in Vegas, wouldn't everyone just want to be out in
Yeah, I
Vegas
feel
and
like
not
everybody
playing,
would.
not playing games?
like, oh, let's go check out such and such restaurant, or
Yeah.
oh, so and so was performing. Yeah, I feel like we'd lose the purpose of what we were there for. So
Yeah, for sure. That sounds fun.
it's a lot of fun.
That sounds, yeah, more people.
Next year,
should do
I'll
that.
definitely win the belt next year. Now that I know that they're teaming up against me to
I feel like
make
you
me
said that
lose,
last
so.
year.
Yeah, no, I did. I'll say it every year till I get it. But that'll be next year though, for sure. So yeah, that's it. Actually, BlerdCon's coming up this weekend. I have a cosplay on the way. I'm going to do Finn from Adventure Time. Finn the Human.
Awesome.
Yeah, so-
I can't wait to see what that looks like. Send
Yeah,
us a
catch me
picture.
at BlerdCon. I won't be in the cosplay contest though. They had some big drama last year about their cosplay contest. but
All right, I remember we talked about that.
yeah,
That was when the white person won their cosplay contest, right?
Right.
Okay.
and it's
Right.
it's an HBCU homecoming theme, so that should be really interesting to see too.
Okay. Nice. Make sure that you, if you're down there and feel compelled to take some content for our TikTok, it's still unposted. Just feel free to do
Oh,
that.
man,
Feel
yeah,
free to
maybe
do
I'll
that.
do that.
Yeah, feel free to do that.
I'll bring out my
You can
dance
show off.
moves.
You can show off there. Yes, you should. But yeah, let us know how that goes. And I definitely want to see what your cosplay looks like.
Yeah, for sure.
Interesting. Jaja, what about you? I know we talked a little bit about how you didn't do anything.
Yeah, I've been down and out since I went to Arizona for a little bit, saw my cousins and stuff. Had a lot of fun down there. Went to see the Grand Canyon.
Nice.
That's something you got to do if you haven't seen that in person. It's something you got to experience. What else did I do? Shot some guns down there. It's pretty fun.
Nice.
Came back, got COVID, been out. So
Sheesh.
that was my 2 weeks, and I'm good now, but I haven't really been doing anything. I've been keeping up with Miss Marvel. I finished Obi-Wan. I'm still playing Marvel Snap on the phone. Been having fun with that game. Been trying to get into the Xbox a little bit. I seen they're about to drop another character for Marvel Avengers. They're keeping that game alive. They're giving us James Foster. And
Really? Already?
Yeah, it's another clone of a character. Like we have Thor, and they're giving us Jane Foster. She's going to be called the Mighty Thor in the game. So I guess the
people
game is
excited
up
about this?
to, I think there's about like 10 characters in the game now, but supposedly the developers are saying that the next character that's coming isn't going to be like a clone of another character. Like it's going to be a brand new character. So it sounds like they're still supporting that game. So I might jump back into that. Besides that, I've been taking it pretty easy.
Yeah.
I want to see the new Dragon Ball Z movie that's out.
Oh, it's
There's
all right.
there's a new Dragon Ball Z movie out? What?
Yes, there is.
What movie is this? Why haven't I heard?
Superhero.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Dragon Ball
out. Oh, that
Superhero,
one.
Yeah.
That's out already?
I think
Oh,
in
shoot.
Japan.
Oh, okay. It's not out in America yet. That's why I don't know
I
about
don't think
it.
so. Yeah.
Okay. When's it coming out in America? Let's see. Oh,
It's a
August
good
19th.
question. But
August
I've been looking for a screen for it. So when I see it, I'll let you guys know. So
Okay.
Thor: Love and Thunder comes out this week.
It does. It does.
That
And I
too.
will be seeing it on Thursday.
Nice. Don't fall asleep in there, Shannon.
I'm not. It's actually, so the runtime is actually pretty short. So I don't think I'm gonna. I think we're seeing it at 7, and it's not 3 hours like Batman. So I don't think I'll have that problem. And it's not gonna have the same slow. I'm sure it's not gonna have the same slow and boring tone that Batman did. So I think that I'll be awake. Is anyone else going to see it this
For
weekend?
sure.
I'm going to try to, yes.
Yeah, so the runtime for this movie is only 2 hours. Seems very short for a Marvel movie. I don't know. I don't like it.
You sound disappointed.
I am. I'm disappointed now when any Marvel movie is less than 2 hours and 25 minutes.
Oh, wow. The bar set pretty high there. Yeah.
It is. Because wasn't Doctor Strange, hold on, how long was that one? Even though that movie, I mean, it was good, but I just hope that Thor
2 hours should be good.
Yeah, I guess so.
I'm excited because I think this one is going to be better than Ragnarok. I haven't been a fan of the Thor movies, but I'm looking forward to this one.
Doctor Strange was also 2 hours, 2 hours and 6 minutes.
Really?
Yeah.
Well,
How long
2
was
hours
Thor
doesn't
Ragnarok?
feel short. Like,
It doesn't.
terribly short.
Oh, okay. And it's not, Ragnarok was 2 hours and 10 minutes. All right. So it's not that much shorter than the last Thor movie. So I guess it's fine. I just feel like there's a lot that this movie is going to have in it for 2 hours. Like the Guardians of the Galaxy are going to be in it. And then Jane being Thor. I just feel like there's a lot going on for it to only be a 2 hour movie. But we'll see. Hopefully it doesn't feel like it's rushed. But yeah, I'll be seeing that on Thursday.
I have a feeling the Guardians of the Galaxy aren't going to be in much of it.
You think only like the beginning, like a little part of it? Probably.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like they're in it that much.
But I just feel like Jane becoming Thor is something that was not even like remotely touched on at all. So I feel like they're like, don't we need to build up to that in some way? I don't know. It just seems weird. So I'm interested to see how they're gonna pull that off without any back knowledge in 2 hours. But we'll see. Hopefully it's good. Hopefully it's good. The Thor movies haven't had the best track record. Ragnarok was the only really good one. So hopefully this one is good. Jaja, you're looking at me like you're disagreeing with me.
I didn't enjoy Ragnarok.
Why? Ragnarok is in my top, like in general, of Marvel movies. I love that movie. It's so funny. So good. No?
I haven't seen it in a while.
Teach his own.
You should watch it again. You should watch it again, James, if you haven't seen it in a while.
Plus.
It's good. Yeah.
Get it going, Disney Plus.
I thoroughly enjoy that movie a lot.
I was just thinking, like, it's crazy that I've only seen like a lot of these Marvel movies once.
Same.
You know, like
I don't have that problem.
What does that say about like the replay value these days? I feel like they're coming out
with
movies like too frequently.
It says nothing about the replay value because let me rephrase that. All the movies in phase 1, 2, and 3, I've seen multiple times. All the movies that have come out in this new phase 4, I have only seen once. I have not watched, except for Spider-Man, which I've seen it several times already. But everything else I've only seen the first time that I saw it. So maybe the replay value of the newer movies is not that great, but the older movies definitely have good replay value, I think.
When's the last time you watched a movie from phase 1?
From phase 1, like a couple months ago. I do master rewatches all the time. I go back and watch the movies all the time. Very often.
Okay.
But I've only seen Shang-Chi the first time when I saw it in theaters. I've only seen Black Widow the one time, and I probably will never watch it again. I've only seen Doctor Strange once. Not in a rush to watch that again either. What else came out?
Spider-Man?
Is that it? No, it's both Spider-Man. That doesn't count. Spider-Man was amazing. I've seen it several times. What else though? Was that it? Was that all three?
I just watched Spider-Man for the second time the other day.
I'm gonna watch it again. Spider-Man's coming out in theaters again in August with deleted with extended cut footage.
Oh, really?
I'm gonna go back to the theaters to watch it. Yeah.
Check that out.
Yeah.
Hopefully Morbius goes back in theaters too again.
for the fourth time.
Yeah, don't do that.
But let me go over my nerdy things because I actually have something this week.
Oh, let's hear
Your
it.
girl finally has her PlayStation back. Whoop. So
Nice.
in my house, because we acquired a second PlayStation, so I kept the newer one, and then my boyfriend kept my old one, which he's been running ragged for the last year. So I have a PlayStation again, and I've been playing Elden Ring the past couple days nonstop, and I've been killing it. Not killing it, but I've been doing fairly well. I'm playing as a philosopher, so I'm playing as a magic build, which I was very nervous about doing initially because I feel like usually magic builds are very weak, but I've been killing it with a magic build. It's been great. All these ranged attacks are great. You don't have to get close to anybody, and I feel like the game is much easier than it is if I had to get close to people to do these short range physical attacks.
Yeah, it's a lot less stressful. Definitely.
It is. It is a lot less stressful. And I was like, oh, like the cons, like you can't wear any armor really, but it's like you really don't need armor because like you're not really getting hit that much. You're not getting hit because you're like far away. So I've been having a great time playing as a philosopher. And I am up to the only part that I'm stuck at now is I got up to Marguerite, like the first real boss at Stormhill Castle, and I keep dying when I'm trying to fight that, but I might just go back and try to level up some more and like level up my staff a little bit more before I go back and fight him again. But I've lost like 6 times to him, but I've gotten him to the halfway mark each time. You know, I'm getting there, chipping away. So, but I've been
that first half figured out.
Yeah. I die after my summons. After my summons dies, because then he's just paying attention to me only, and then it's harder.
It sounds like you're on the right track. And if I don't know which staff you're using, but you should try and look for the meteorite staff if you don't.
Yeah, I'm only using the staff that I was given to start. I need to find another staff. Where do you find this new staff?
Get the meteorite staff. It's like the best staff you could use until like late game.
Where do I find that?
I would Google where to find it at, but it's pretty easy. It's probably somewhere you just have to run and grab it.
Okay, cool. So were you playing as a magic build too, Jaja?
Yes, this is very fun.
It is very fun, right? Very fun, so easy. Especially the first time I tried to play it, when I was playing it with my PlayStation at my boyfriend's house. I think I was playing as a hero, and I was just having a hard time. just hard. It's so much harder when you have to actually fight the people. It's so much easier when all you have to do is shoot spells at them. So much easier.
Right.
I don't know why more people are not. Nope. It's great. Having a great time. James, you have no Elden Ring for you still, right?
Nah, no Elden Ring for me. I've been on my PlayStation though. So Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, that's on PlayStation. And then I played JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. They have like an actual 2D fighter coming out. I played that. Right. I'm not that good at those type of fighter games, but it was cool as a JoJo fan. I just like JoJo, so I played it. Well, the demo. Yeah.
Question, James, did you played the Genesis version of that game, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, I forget.
Shredder's Revenge?
I think it's called like Hyperstone Heist or something like that. And it was a co-op, 2-player co-op. I mean, there was a lot of versions of it. They had the 4-player one on the arcade and all that stuff. Yeah,
so I played the original.
So I ran through the game too this weekend too. That game is amazing. The new one. And I was just like, I remember thinking like back in the day how like that was one of the best games ever. Like, yo,
right.
Ninja Turtles beat them up. All like, how could this game get better? And they made it better. Like they added more levels. There's more moves that you could do. Like there's 6 players you could do at once. Like that game is like, it's dope. Even though online, you can run through it real quick, but it's really fun.
Yeah, we would have a ball playing it.
Yeah. Oh, James, have you been playing anything else besides Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? Wait, have you been playing that on your PlayStation Premiere, whatever it's called, PlayStation Plus?
Oh no, about that. It costs like 20. Well, so since I have the PlayStation Plus, you get like a 10% discount on stuff.
Oh, nice.
Okay. Yeah. Well, yeah. I
didn't realize that.
Whichever, the highest tier I have, they give you 10% discount on like PlayStation Store stuff. So it was pretty dope to get a discount. But yeah, I've been playing Ghost of Tsushima.
Right. Yes, you told me that. I have a complaint about the emulator. But so I've been playing Ape Escape and some other older games on the PlayStation Plus Premium, and I have a huge complaint about their emulator. It is not good. I was playing Ape Escape. It was so glitchy, like painfully glitchy. Like it was just flashing like all these glitchy colors, like all throughout, like repeatedly, like not like once every like not like once in a while. It was like doing it like the whole time. I was like, this is terrible. It really is.
Just like flickering the whole time.
Yeah, flickering. Like,
Mm.
yeah, it was bad. It was bad. So I was like,
Is
I
that
feel
for
like they
all their retro games, or was it just Ape Escape?
So Ape Escape is the only real retro game I have tried it on. So I have to play another one and see if it carries over to other games. But it was pretty bad. And I was like, wow. So I'm gonna if it's like that for all their other games, then I feel like then they definitely rush it
Drop the
out
ball.
without really trying to make sure that these games ran smoothly on the PlayStation 5.
That's sick. You know what? I own a couple Sony stocks, so I'm gonna go to the shareholder meeting and raise a stink about that. Like this diehard Nintendo fan who spent $40,000 to buy some stock so he could go to the Nintendo shareholder meeting and ask them an important question. Where is the next F-Zero? These are the questions that need answers.
Important question, man. A lot of people want to know.
Yep. So getting into our news item here. Yeah, we have a diehard Nintendo fan. He spent $40,000, which is the equivalent of like 500K yen or so. But yeah, he got his 100 shares and he was able to go to the Nintendo shareholder meeting. And then with the amount of shares that he had, he was able to ask them a question. So yeah, his pretty much his main question was, hey, when are we getting the next F-Zero? And
what'd they tell him?
He did not get a satisfying answer. They basically told him it's a possibility, but yeah, nothing.
Yeah, there's
nothing more.
There's a follow-up article to that in here where I didn't put it in the rundown, but I see it on IGN. It says Nintendo says it's difficult to make all the sequels that fans ask for, sequels and remakes. But I find that hard to believe as a company that is very successful, never puts anything on sale, and just like sells all their games for full profit like throughout the year. Like, what is stopping you guys from cranking out these games for us? I don't know. Like, what's going on?
The demand. They're just waiting for another 10 people to ask, and then they're gonna make it.
Yeah, right. Or they could sell it off to someone else and let someone else do it, or even some of the like
they're
the indie gamer.
They're never gonna do that though.
Yeah, I don't see that happening.
I feel like they have too much pride to sell it off to somebody else, but yet they don't want the fans to have it because they refuse to make it themselves.
Yeah, F-Zero is a great title. Have you guys played? Did you guys used to play it?
No, I didn't. I've never played F-Zero.
A little bit.
Yeah, I liked it. I would be here for a new one. I don't think I would pay a full 60 for a new one. So maybe we shouldn't have said that out loud because now they'll never make one, huh? But yeah, if they did like a re-release of one, like an updated version, then I think there would be quite a few people pick that up.
If it's because people don't buy their games as much, it's because they never put they put their games out for $60 and then they never get cheaper. They're $60 forever.
Yeah, right.
I don't understand.
And they're all remakes.
They're gonna make the F-Zero movie, and then they're gonna make the game, and then they're gonna add it to the Smash Brothers universe. Don't worry.
The Smash Bros. Cinematic universe. Yeah,
it's coming.
Or it'll take years and years, like some other characters we waited for. But it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Yeah. Has anybody?
No, go ahead.
No, you go ahead, James, because I was about to go. I mean, not Jaja, James. Sorry, Jaja, not James. Wow, my bad.
I was gonna say, did y'all hear about like the people like mass exiting Diablo Immortal because of the pay to win stuff? Like they said, like the top streamers in the game are like quitting the game. They had this one guy who like he spent like 25,000 on his live stream, like max leveling his character, and just to like quit the game. And then people thought he was joking, so he came back on and like deleted all his items and like deleted his character and uninstalled the game after spending like 25 G's to like, I guess, make a point. But I guess the company has the money now. I don't know what point you're making, but it's I'm kind of tired of the pay to win thing too. It's getting kind of ridiculous. And I guess this is people protesting.
Nothing gets your point across like spending $25,000.
That sounds ridiculous to me. Right. I'm so confused.
Yeah. It's owned by Blizzard, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Blizzard is awful with the pay to win stuff.
Blizzard, Activision. So
yeah,
but there's been multiple people have been just like quitting the game after like putting tons of money into it to get high level character. They're like, I guess there's no point in this. Or maybe there's not a lot of people doing it, so they get to the max level and there's no one to play with. I don't know.
Yeah, I think if people develop a meta that isn't involved in the pay to win stuff, then less people would be willing to actually pay to win to get that advantage. But there's always somebody willing to pay. So, and then the companies know this.
And it's funny because it reminds me of the South Park episode where they talk about like the apps, right? And they say like, yeah, even though a bunch of people use these apps, all it takes is like that 5% of people that will actually spend money on the game for it to be worth putting microtransactions into the game. So you can have 1 million people who play the game, and 500 are willing to spend $1,000. That's worth it right there. The company's made their money. So it's kind of like, I don't know.
Mm. I had it. Wait, I lost my train of thought. I was about to add on to that, but it's gone. Never mind. Sidebar. James, have you played Kirby, the Kirby game? Is that out, or the beta for Kirby?
Yeah, the full game is out now. I played
Have you
the demo
played
of it.
Did you buy the full version?
No, I didn't buy the full version.
Okay, I was gonna see if it was worth it. It looked like it was worth it, but now you really have to do your investigating before you spend money on a Nintendo game for $60 for a game.
Yeah, I'm glad they do still allow you to do demos and stuff. But yeah, I mean the demo was cool, but
yeah,
I don't like Kirby that much to pay for the full game. I'd have played it just one time through, and then since I always buy it digital, I can't even get 25% of my money back trading it in GameStop. So
yeah. Oh, true. That's the problem with digital games, man. You gotta buy the little chips, man. You gotta buy the chips.
exactly.
You gotta buy the chips. In other news, though, the Nintendo Switch OLED looks really nice. I don't know if you've ever seen anybody playing it in person, but it looks so much nicer than my rinky-dink Switch. The screen is so nice. I'm like, I kind of want this, but like not really. Because then next thing you know, Nintendo's going to announce like a pro version of the Switch that we've all been waiting entirely too long for. But I feel like that's not going to happen either. I don't know.
Nah, I doubt it.
All right, James, take us into the next thing. I tried to wait for you to do it, but I couldn't.
Oh, man, I should have stepped in. My bad, guys. So we have Microsoft here. They've confirmed that there is a global shortage of Xbox wireless controllers. You guys have been trying to get one lately.
Wow.
There's a global shortage of literally everything, guys. Just take that. You can't. Everything's hard to
controllers
get.
are expensive as it is. Jeez, I wonder if the price is gonna go up.
Yeah, probably.
Oh man, we're gonna have resellers trying to sell regular standard Xbox controllers now.
Wired controllers. Can you imagine? Oh,
so
man.
this is interesting to me because I remember in a previous pod we mentioned how Xbox was expanding their cloud gaming to televisions and all. So really, all you need is the Xbox controller. So this, in my mind, kind of makes sense that there is a shortage of controllers because all you need is the controller to play your Xbox games on whatever device. So I imagine there's people with like iPads or just phones, even now on their TV or just computers with Xbox controllers. So you can just buy an Xbox controller because that's all you need to play your games if you got your Game Pass.
Those scalpers out there are probably buying up all the controllers. Anticipating.
Yeah.
I'm sure the
As
scalpers
soon as that was announced.
Let's go on eBay right now and see what
Here's the
wireless
official
controller is
Samsung
going.
TV Xbox Game Pass controller. And it's just a regular controller with a sticker on it.
Okay, wait. Xbox. Oops. Wait.
Yeah, once I heard the news of this, I was like, are there really a shortage? And I looked online and I was like, oh man, there's really sold out in lots of places.
All right. So I'm seeing, okay, no. Inflation has not started yet on eBay for the wireless controllers. I still see them at like $55 and $60. So
there's still time.
Give it a couple weeks though, right?
Yeah, a couple weeks. Yeah, I looked at our a Microsoft company store. They were on sale in there. I was like, oh, they're still on sale here, so it can't be that bad. Yeah, if it was like a true blue shortage, I don't think they would still offer.
See, now this makes me think. My conspiracy brain. This makes me think that they want people to buy the controllers now. That's their way of pushing people. Hey, there's a shortage. Everyone go run and buy controllers. And now there's really a shortage, or, they just got people to buy controllers.
Yeah, I heard it's a shortage of Yu-Gi-Oh cards. So if anybody's interested in buying my Yu-Gi-Oh card, it's a shortage going on.
For $15,000 or however, what's the highest you saw for? 7,000?
Like 7,000. But now that there's a shortage, it should be, 3 times as much. So if you guys want to give me $21,000 for a Yu-Gi-Oh
I'm telling you, James, just list your price on eBay and see if you get any bites. Oh, that's true. I guess you do have to get a grader. If no one in their right mind would just buy it for that much without a grade on it, right? Yeah,
not the serious card collectors.
What's your progress with that? Are you like what?
Yeah, that app. I'm just abandoning hope on that app because it just keeps saying it's updated. It's been for months now. Master P, what are you doing, man?
Just give up on Master P.
Yeah, come on, Master P.
how much longer are you gonna wait?
Yeah, but I was trying to get like a free grading, so I guess maybe since I'm being
right.
cheap. Yeah.
Right. I forgot. Oh, right, because it's expensive to grade it because you went to the other
Yeah.
place and they told you it was like it depends on how much it's worth, which is absolutely like, isn't that what they told you? That it depends on how much the card is worth, how much you have to pay for it to get graded, which
Right.
sounds absolutely ridiculous to me.
Because you do the same amount of work no matter what the card is actually
Kind of
worth.
sounds like a scam.
Right.
Yeah,
It sounds very sketchy. Is there
I need to
no
get in this
other?
business.
Is there no other grading company that you can go to?
Right. This is one of the more popular ones. PSA.
Okay, but I'm sure there's like another one that's good.
Yeah, another
right?
reputable one. There's got to be another reputable.
There has to be. That's
grading
not gonna
service
like.
out there.
That's not gonna like rip you off.
I gotta start bringing it to the cons that I go to. Since I'm the con man, that doesn't sound as cool as I thought it was gonna. Don't call me the con man, guys. I meant con like conventions, but yeah, I forgot con man was a true actual word. Yeah, maybe DreamCon they might have like grading services. BlerdCon too, maybe.
But then I feel like you have to know before that because like you don't want to bring the card with you for no reason. You know what I mean?
Yeah, this is
and then,
highly
like,
coveted
risk losing
goods. Those TSA agents would try to get their mitts on it, I'm sure. They know
exactly.
They can see it from a mile away.
Exactly. You see? Does anybody watch Bleach besides me? No?
I watched it. I wouldn't say I'm a Bleach stan, but I watched Bleach.
Like in its entirety or no?
Yeah, I watched the whole thing.
Okay. So are you gonna watch the new arc that's coming out soon?
I am. Yeah, I'm actually excited for it. So I used to think Bleach was kind of overrated.
Like One Piece?
What? I think I'm having some camera problems.
Please stand by.
Sheesh.
Just get the rainbow colors right now.
Shannon's choosing violence today. Yeah, no. So because people talk about it so highly, so I'm like, oh man, let me check this out. And then since I'm expecting such great things, I mean, it was good, but I was like, is this what people are talking about so much?
I think it takes a while to get to the really good parts. I think you got to get past the whole first arc in order for you to start getting to like.
Yeah, that was good. But the new one, like the animation style looks like the art style animation, it looks really good. I think that's the benefit of these things being kind of either rebooted or continuing later now is that animation and art technology looks a lot better, even though there's, I mean, nostalgia for things from the 90s, but just the way things look now is just leagues better than what it used to be.
Yeah, and it's something you have to get used to if you like. For me, I prefer like an older look. Like when I was watching Sailor Moon Crystal, it took me a while to get used to that animation style. But then I'm like, well, at the end of it, by the time I finished it, I was like, oh yeah, it's pretty good, I guess. So
Well,
I can appreciate it. Yeah, I finished it. And then I went back and watched like one of the older movies, like with the old animation, and then it made me realize like how good the Sailor Moon Crystal animation was. Because then you go back to like the very flat 2D animation, and I'm just like, oh. Okay, I see it now. But yeah.
Right. So random, but I was thinking of doing like a tuxedo mask cosplay.
Really?
Yeah.
Fun. But I feel like you have to go with it. You have to partner cosplay. You have to partner cosplay with Sailor
couples
Moon.
Cosplay. All right, I gotta find it. Sailor Moon, where are you? Slide in my DMs.
Or maybe you'll meet a Sailor Moon who also doesn't have a partner cosplay, and then y'all just like walk around the entire day.
Yeah,
or just take a couple
connection.
Pictures. Yeah, there you go. I feel like that's the easiest way. Or just take a couple pictures and then go about your way.
Yeah. I think we can make that happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was
so it's fun when you make that cosplay connection and then you end up taking pictures with this random person you don't know for the rest of the day.
Speaking from experience, Jaja?
Yeah, I mean, me taking pictures of people who did it.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, like the people that do like, yeah.
I don't know if I was with you, Shannon, that day when we saw the Black Naruto, and then he walked past the guy who was like the octopus guy with the cornrows.
I think I was with you that day. Yeah.
And then they had to take pictures together for the rest of the day just because they were
bros.
But that's what happens when you have a really good cosplay. You gotta take pictures together with other people. You gotta take pictures with random people. I wonder if that's. I mean, it can't be annoying because like that's. You have to come to expect that if you have a really good cosplay and you're going to a con, but you know.
That's one thing giving me like slight anxiety about some of the cosplays I have planned because I know for sure I'm going to run out of poses after like 2 pictures and then it's going to be peace signs for the whole rest of the day.
You just do the same pose.
Oh yeah. Hey, that's all y'all getting from me.
You have to do a signature pose. So like If people come up to you to take pictures in your Finn costume, what does Finn do that you can just mimic the whole entire day?
Yeah, I'm gonna have my boy Jake with me.
Do you, oh, I was about to say, do you have a stuffed Jake? You do. It's right there in the background. Nice. Nice.
I don't think Finn has like a signature pose.
No, I don't think so either. We kind of got off topic a little bit though. Jaja, do you watch Bleach? Are you excited for Bleach?
I haven't watched it yet, but
At all?
I think I watched like the first couple episodes. I was trying to watch it.
Oh, but you
I
can
need
get
to
into it
watch
either.
It's more like I just fell off. Not that I couldn't
Yeah.
get into it. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like it takes a while. The first couple episodes definitely aren't great, but it gets
It's
good.
hard getting back into those old animes that had a long run. Like,
Yeah,
I would like to
One
go
Piece.
back and watch like Inuyasha and like Trigun and like really old stuff, Yu Yu Hakusho.
Mhm.
But it's like once you start them, it's like, yo, how am I gonna get through this?
Well, Inuyasha's not super long. Huh.
Just because of the animation, not
Oh
like,
yeah.
Yeah, I
That
think
is
that's what
bad.
I was trying to convey when I was saying Bleach was somewhat overrated, because like when I was watching it, I was like, man, there's like I've seen Demon Slayer and Jujutsu Kaisen now, and things look way better than what this looks like. But not that it was bad, but like I'm just used to. I guess I got there too late. Maybe that's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
To appreciate.
I
how
don't
good
mind
it
going
was.
back to watch old animation. I like it, as I had previously said. But Inuyasha's short. There's 193 episodes, which is short compared to some of these other ones. Like Naruto.
I was watching that on
and-
Netflix, and it was like scaled weirdly. So I
Really?
stopped watching it. Yeah, it was like black screens on the left and right. You know,
Oh yeah.
I was like, why does this look like this? This is 2022. Why are we
Letterboxing.
doing this?
Because they didn't remaster it really to fit to fit like 16:9
Y'all fit that?
format.
I'll watch Inuyasha.
But I feel like a lot of old animes are like that though, right? A lot of them probably haven't been scaled correctly. I don't know. But yeah, that is annoying to watch. Why do you want to watch these black bars on the side of your TV? I don't.
Yeah.
we got some new animes coming scheduled for January. I don't know if you heard.
Which
Tokyo
ones?
Revengers is coming back.
Is
That's next on my reading list.
Attack on Titan coming back? Because we have yet to see a release date for that.
I think that's coming back sometime in January, but
That was
they said
never announced.
Tokyo Revengers. Yes, it was. They said winter.
Did they?
That's the winter anime season. That's January.
Wait, was it
They
winter
did not. No.
2023?
They didn't say. Did they say winter? I feel like they never
I
said
think
that.
So.
No,
Okay,
they didn't. They
maybe not.
didn't.
Oh, man.
I'm starting fake news.
Yeah, until I see the Crunchyroll tweet, I'm not believing anything.
It was
'cause we
not.
thought we were getting that hour-long
It has not
finale.
been confirmed. Yeah, it was
Everything's
not.
coming January 2023. First day. I think Dr. Stone's coming back too.
I love Dr. Stone.
I got to get back into Dr. Stone because too many people say good things about it, but I could not get into it when I watched it, so I don't know what's going on. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I am the problem.
Yeah, I think you are.
Oh, okay.
That was revenge for that One Piece comment.
What
I
else?
think
What
the
else,
Spy
Jaja?
X Family ended. You got part 2 coming out for that. I don't know when.
Oh yeah, did you guys watch it?
Not yet,
Not yet.
but
I
I'm
was
gonna
about
watch
to
it though.
start it, but
Yeah, it's really good.
I wasn't. The last 2 weeks I couldn't watch anything, but I tried.
It's only like 12 episodes, so quick watch.
Yeah.
Or like 24-minute episodes.
Yeah. So there is no release date for Attack on Titan, the third part of the final season. It just says in 2023. So that means not in. Yeah, we just don't know.
Could be
We don't know yet.
January.
Could be
the summer.
January. Could be the following January. Who knows? I mean, the following December. Who knows?
I mean, I still can't believe we're waiting on the end of the show still. Like it
I
kind
can't
of
believe
like
it either.
it feels like it's kind of dragging at this point.
It is dragging. It is. They should already have it made. Like it should be already ready to release. Like they should release it promptly.
I think they're doing
in
this
January.
strictly for awards, like lining up with award season, something like that.
Are they even gonna win any awards for that ending? We'll see. Probably not, unless they change it. But you know,
I wonder if there's any incentive to winning awards in the like the anime industry. Like, is there like bonuses or something if you win awards?
that's a good question. I don't know.
I'm sure there's some type of incentive, like
Or is it just the popularity or the advertising purposes? Like all these people are talking about our thing, they're gonna watch it now.
or more people might go to the studio who did it. You know,
Maybe.
Just go to Mappa, everybody.
Ooh, Nintendo Switch repair subscription launched in Japan. Sorry, I'm just looking for more things to talk about. That was very off topic. Never mind.
Are you all up to date in Miss Marvel?
Yes.
Up to
Yes,
date.
I am.
What do you have?
Mm.
2 episodes left?
Yes, we do. Episode 4 just
2
aired.
episodes
So.
left. 2 more boys to meet. How many
more
dudes
what?
is she? I was gonna say 2 episodes left. 2 more boys to meet. It's like every episode she meets like a new love interest. like, I'm like, yo, go Kamala.
So, how are we feeling about the show so far?
I still like it. Actually, I like it more now that we're getting to some action sequences and that she's getting a little bit more used to her powers. But I do appreciate the fact that she didn't know how to use her powers automatically. That's it's one of those random things that kind of grinds my gears sometimes. Like they get powers and just automatically are good with them.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we did get to see her grow and like actually learn how to use her powers better. So that is appreciated. And she got like a true training arc, anime style.
Yes. A true 10-minute training arc. Yes, she did get that.
Yeah, even though the scene where like all the clandestine were coming after her and she was just like taking on 1v4 like it was nothing. That one was a little bit like it was a little bit of a reach, but I'll let it go.
Yeah, she was a little too good at fighting in this most recent episode. I was like, that was fast, but okay.
It's total 180 from like the earlier episodes when she was like literally running away from him.
Yeah. But I'm enjoying the show. I'm interested to see where it's going and how this is going to connect into anything wider into the universe, like how it's going to connect to Miss Marvel. I mean,
the
Captain
Marvels.
Marvel. The Marvels, yeah.
With 10 rings.
Seems a little bit off. Are the Jinn actually Kree in disguise or Skrulls, whatever? Like, what's gonna happen? What is gonna happen that's gonna connect it?
I think there's some Kree links there because she got the bangle from a blue arm, so I think that was a Kree Easter egg right there.
Yeah,
and who knows? Hope maybe the 10 rings are Kree technology too. I don't know. That could be interesting because that could be a way to bring in the Marvels easy.
Yeah, and a good way to bring in Shang-Chi again because like who knows where he's gonna show up again?
Where's that guy?
I don't know. Yeah, right. Where has he been? I don't know.
That is a good question.
Yeah, we should see him again theoretically because like at the end of Shang-Chi, which I don't remember really what happened anymore because I only saw it once. He went with Wong, and then like he met Captain Marvel right on the little hologram thing, and also Bruce Banner, right? Yeah. Yep. So like something has to happen.
So in a couple months, we'll be asking, "Where's Moonlight? Where has he been?"
That's what I want to see.
Guys, you know I never finished that show.
Wait, what?
I never finished it. I never watched the last episode.
Are you kidding me?
No,
that was one of the better ones.
That was the best episode.
Wait, did you at least
watch the whole? I have to watch the whole thing again to be perfectly honest with you because I'm sure I've fallen asleep on every episode. Honestly, not because it was boring, but because it was late every time I tried to watch it and I was tired. So I literally fall asleep every single episode I tried.
So you've never seen the post-credit scene from the last episode?
No.
OMG.
Oh yeah, that's what. Even if I watched the whole thing, I would.
That's where it's at right there.
Well, just tell me now what happens. Explain it.
No, why would we spoil it for you?
You gotta get to enjoy it.
Okay.
But yeah, if you do, you do your master rewatches. So do like a master rewatch of Moon Knight.
I know. I do have to start my master rewatch, like, and include all of Phase 4 stuff in there. I'll probably do it after Thor comes out.
Wait, the TV shows too?
Yeah, everything.
Ooh, man, that's it.
Everything. Not the Netflix TV shows, just the Disney Plus TV shows.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I'm gonna do everything.
There are no Netflix TV shows. They're all Disney Plus now. You know that. They got new images for them and everything just for Disney Plus.
Do they really?
So, yeah, they got new artwork. So who knows?
Okay, well, not those. I don't want to watch those.
They might soon. You're gonna see them in the time chronological order of how to watch Marvel. They're gonna stick them in there somewhere.
I don't want to watch those. But everything else, I'm gonna watch over again. I'm just, trying to figure out a good time to actually sit down and do it because that's gonna take me like 3 months to do.
While you're at it, you could watch Ben Affleck as Daredevil, Carmen Electra. I mean, what's her name as Electra?
No.
My girl from Alias.
No.
Jennifer Garner.
No, I'm not gonna do it. Not at all. Not at all. Not interested in going
Imagine they
back that
come out
far.
with the next Daredevil show or movie is like cameoing all the everybody.
The
who's
oldest,
played.
the most far back that I'll go, is I'll probably watch The Incredible Hulk. That's it. I'm not watching anything like before that. Not at all.
There were like 3 or 4 Incredible Hulks. So
No,
I don't know.
the most recent one with Ed Norton in it. The one before Iron Man. The only one that counts now, not the super old ones.
I think they all still count.
Man, Mark Ruffalo has never had his own movie. I wonder how he feels about that. What do you guys think?
Just now realizing that, yeah.
Yeah, he's never had his own movie. He's the only one.
He should feel the same as Hawkeye.
Well, no, we don't want to watch a whole movie about Hawkeye. I don't know about you guys. I definitely don't. I don't know.
Nah. The series was enough. Maybe he'll be.
But at least he had a show, kind of. He had a show, kind of. But like Bruce Banner's not even getting a show. Like his show is overshadowed by another character. So like it's not even about him. He's gonna be in it.
It's the same thing as Hawkeye.
I know.
It's the same exact thing.
Well, at least it's not called Incredible Hulk, and then it's all about She-Hulk.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
It's called She-Hulk. It's the same.
Yeah,
thing.
but it's
Yeah, but they're not setting us up to think that like, oh, it's going to be filled with Incredible Hulk. Like, okay, we might see some.
He's in every scene of the trailer. What are y'all talking about? It's the same exact situation.
Called the Hulks.
Yeah, the Hulks. That's better.
Oh man. If they would just call Kate Bishop She-Hawkeye, it'd be the same exact thing.
She-Hawkeye. Jaja has a real problem. First of all, can I just say I saw in a nerd group that I'm on Facebook, somebody said that Hawkeye was the best Disney Plus show that happened so far, and I was just like, "What are you talking about?"
I hope they got the interactions they were looking for.
That was a hot take for sure, because it's actually nowhere near close. Huh? Right. The best. It's actually probably the worst one, I think.
I'm pretty sure that was DC fans who did that. Speaking of DC fans, did y'all hear that CW's been all those shows have been bought out?
All of them?
Like a company has bought the CW for like $0. And now
$0?
No, serious. I'm serious.
We gotta look into this.
Wait.
It's a company that begins with an N. I forgot the name.
Next Star.
Yeah,
Next Star Media Group.
They bought CW all those shows for $0.
What is $0? When you say $0, like really, how much is it? Like it's not.
The article said they paid $0 and bought the company. And is now going to take on hundreds of millions of dollars of debt.
Yeah, he's speaking facts. So Nexstar will have 75% control of the CW, and then the rest of the 25 will split evenly between Paramount and Warner Bros. Discovery.
So wait, they really didn't pay anything? They didn't pay any money?
Yeah, they're taking over their debt.
Wow. Why would they do that? That doesn't sound smart. That doesn't sound like a smart business deal at all.
I guess the CW couldn't cover the debt. So
are they going to cancel all their shows? That's why they canceled a large chunk of their shows, right? Probably.
Must be.
Not making any money.
Because a large chunk of their shows got canceled recently. So
that's with $100 million worth of debt, I can see why they weren't making those shows.
Mm-hmm. But the question is now, what is this company going to do with these shows? Like,
who even is this company?
Right. That's interesting. I mean, it's not like CW was amazing. All their shows kind of were mediocre, and so I guess we'll see what happens.
Oh, this actually is a huge company. They're America's largest local television and media company with 200 broadcasting stations. Yeah, the more you know.
Interesting.
They're gonna put those shows out somewhere and get a little bit of royalties. I don't know, but they got to know something we don't, right?
$100 estimated million, $4.3 billion in pro forma revenue. It's a huge company. Man.
Interesting. So I wonder what their motivation was behind that, and I wonder what they're gonna do.
Add to their catalog.
That is very interesting. Cool. Before we wrap up, has anyone watched The Umbrella Academy besides me? No.
Not yet. I feel like I gotta rewatched the whole thing, kind of, but
Really?
I'm backed up on shows. I'm severely backed up on shows. It's
I don't
really
think you
bad.
have to rewatch the whole thing. You could just watch a recap video on YouTube.
I could. I'm gonna try and catch up.
Yeah. And James, you've never watched the Umbrella Academy, right? Or you watched it and you didn't like it?
Yeah, I watched it and didn't like it.
He's honest.
Yeah, for sure. Listen. James, I feel like James didn't like a lot of these shows. James didn't like The Boys. He doesn't like Umbrella Academy. He didn't like Stranger Things, but then now he likes Stranger Things. So I feel like you need to give Umbrella Academy another chance. Just saying.
Nah, that one I stopped watching. I was like, all right, I don't like this. Stranger Things I kind of like fell off, but yeah, that one I actually didn't like.
But like, why? What is your reason for not liking? Can I just want to know why? I just want to know why.
I just remember that like werewolf guy was like in love with his sister or something, and then
He's not a werewolf guy.
Yeah.
I think he's a monkey.
You know what I mean? Oh, okay, yeah.
Well,
I just remember he was like mad hairy and like he had like crazy looking arms.
It's not his blood sister either. They were just adopted into the same family. Does that make it weird? I mean, a little bit, but like not really weird.
Oh man,
it wasn't for me.
Okay, fair enough. But maybe you should. No, he's probably not gonna like it. Never mind. He's made up his mind about
I'll
it.
stick to Stranger Things. I'll finish
Okay.
it. Well, I'll watch at least the first part of this 4th season by next episode.
Okay, nice. Yeah, not season 2. The second part of season 4. It's only 2 episodes, but they're 2 long episodes, so it's like watching 2 movies back to back.
And you said you didn't finish it?
No, so I watched the first episode, which was an hour and a half, and the second episode is 2 hours and 20 minutes. So.
Oh, that's
like,
right at that
that's pretty
sweet
good.
spot that you said for
Yeah.
Marvel movies, at least.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
I'll try to watch
About to
all
start
of that, so then we can talk about Stranger Things next week.
Nice. Okay, cool. And I'm actively avoiding spoilers. They're all over the internet, and I'm just like, leave me alone. I don't want to see anything. But yeah, they're like all over. All right. Does anyone have anything else before we wrap up?
Not
That's
for
it.
me.
Well, guys, another successful Winging It episode. I think we did pretty good for
Not too bad.
not too shabby. Alrighty. Well, as always, you guys can like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Blerdsnerds, and on TikTok at Blerdsnerds_pod. There will be content on there soon. I see this every week, but this time I'm actually going to do it. Send us an email if you're interested in being a guest, blerdsnerds@gmail.com. Or if you have any, nerd content that you're creative of that you want us to talk about, send us an email. Subscribe to our YouTube. Sorry, I don't know why I keep forgetting the order of this every time we do it. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and rate, review, and subscribe on your podcast listening app of choice. As always, I'm Shannon.
I'm James.
I'm Jaja.
Thanks for listening, guys. Bye.
Peace.